So as predicted, y'all, we got trouble in paradise already. So Marjorie Taylor Greene has now officially turned on the new Republican Speaker, Mike Johnson, and this is glorious. I predicted this for you on day one, that literally nobody should want the job that Mike Johnson now has because it is impossible to hold together that coalition of psychopaths. So here in Raw Story, they say, on Saturday afternoon, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene raged at House Speaker Mike Johnson for pouring cold water on ramping up the impeachment of President Joe Biden. The newly elected speaker already has his hands full working out an acceptable budget proposal with his caucus as a government shutdown looms, and in comments made this week, he stated he hasn't seen enough solid evidence to proceed with an impeachment. Linking to a post on X, formerly known as Twitter, that quotes Johnson reportedly saying, quote, "There's insufficient evidence at the moment to initiate formal impeachment proceedings." Marjorie Taylor Greene, who was a strong supporter of ousted House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, lashed out. So look, let's just think about this logically for a second. The reason why this guy is saying this is he's got his hands full trying to make sure there's not a government shutdown. When there is a government shutdown, if there is one, Republicans will get blamed. He knows that. He knows it'll hurt Republicans moving forward. So now priority number one is let's get a deal that's on conservative terms that will avert a government shutdown. That's what he's focusing on. Even if you're the most hardcore right-winger in the world, you should look at that and go, makes perfect sense. Not to Marjorie Taylor Greene because she has the IQ of a gnat. Quote, "Not long ago, we had a speaker that believed in impeachment so much that he launched an impeachment inquiry with a floor vote. But you were told he was bad," she wrote before adding, "After 8 Republicans and all Democrats ousted him, we found checks to Joe Biden and evidence of a massive money laundering scheme, and now the new guy you are told is way better doesn't want to impeach. Such progress," she sneered. She lives in La La Land, right? She's drunk on Newsmax propaganda, One American News Network propaganda. She's drunk on Fox News propaganda. She thinks it's an open and shut case to impeach Joe Biden. Utter garbage. First of all, an impeachment vote probably wouldn't even get through the House, which is Republican controlled. But second of all, let's say for argument's sake, it does get through the House. It immediately dies in the Senate. Immediately. You are nowhere near the numbers you need to impeach him and have him removed. Even if you do your little virtue signal impeachment through the House and it gets through, guess what? He will be exonerated in the Senate and he'll get 1,000 headlines and articles saying Joe Biden exonerated. Democrats did this to Trump and it helped Trump. He would hold up the newspaper saying exonerated in the Senate. So I think Mike Johnson is smart enough to know this. He knows there's no end game. There's no strategy to actually impeaching Joe Biden. They don't have the evidence. Even if they did have the evidence, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't go through. He knows it's going to hurt Republicans. So he's like, I haven't seen evidence yet. And she lashes out at this dumbass. I love it. Oh, it's so good. But also, look, let's just make the point as well that, like, she is right that Kevin McCarthy, with his little virtue signal of an impeachment inquiry, that was an attempt to appease the MAGA wing. And it didn't work. And now the new guy comes in and they say he's going to be more conservative, but looks like he's not even in favor of like the inquiry. So Matt Gaetz, for all of his bluster and all of his, we need somebody further to the right. It's like, really? How'd that work out for you? Now you just got a weirdo who monitors his 17-year-old son's porn habits and his son monitors his. Now you just got a guy who wants to criminalize homosexuality. That's actually what Mike Johnson believes. So all of the infighting was literally for dick. It was for Dickie McGee's axe. All of that infighting. But look, like I told you guys, I love it. I support Matt Gaetz and what he's doing because he's ripping the Republicans apart from the inside, which is nothing but lovely and wonderful. And now they're already turning on each other. They're already sniping. I guarantee you this Mike Johnson guy will be hated by the caucus in due time. He's already hated by Marjorie Taylor Greene. That list will continue to grow, I assure you. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.